Hey, and welcome to Cryptology for You, the channel that's not even about cryptology at all, but all about cryptocurrency. I'm your host, Paulie D, and we're going to take a second look at candlesticks. We're going to look at one type of candlestick in particular. And this is just a friendly reminder that nothing in this video can be considered as financial advice. It is purely for educational purposes, or maybe even entertainment, depending which way you're looking at it. With candlestick charts, there is always some little hints embedded in these charts that might give you a bit of a hint on what the next move could be. For this particular chart, I am using Coinmarket Cap. However, you could probably use any exchange for this. And I'm in TradingView. You'll need to be in TradingView. But for this particular chart, I'm also only going to be doing this for the 1 hour candle. So each one of these candles here represents 1 full hour. But there are a couple of candles that I am mostly interested in, and it is these two here, right in the middle. So what I'm about to show you is a pretty cool pattern. Let's take a look at what is going on here. So if I took a look at the first of those two candlesticks, I am just going to remind you what each of these pieces mean. Because it is a green candlestick, this means that the price opened and closed higher than the previous candle. Here is the open, so this is the point where it opened, and this would be at 8 p.m. And here is the close, which is at 9 p.m. And notice two other big things on here. We have a really long dangly tail and a shorter but still up there tail. Well, this is pretty significant because this would show that at this bottom end down here, we must have had lots and lots of big sales, like massive. And then at the top, this was about the highest price that was going at the time. But this body, the green body here, this indicates that we absorbed all of this selling pressure. So everything that was sold here was absorbed, taken up, and at the end we closed slightly higher than what we had started with. Now this is a pretty important pattern, and if you look at the shape, it's got the shape of a hammer. When the hammer candle had opened at 8 p.m. and then closed at 9 p.m, the new candle opened at 9 p.m. and continued the momentum. The new candle closed at 10 p.m. considerably higher because of that continued momentum. This is a bit like Newton's first law. An object in motion stays in motion, and this is exactly what's happened. So all of the selling here that went on was absorbed by lots of buying, and because there was lots of buying, that buying continued right the way through the next hour. Now this is only an hour candle, and it probably isn't a good representative of an entire time, because after this things didn't go as well, and we can take a look at that graph again. But when things have some momentum, they tend to keep going in that direction, and that is the important takeout from this particular video. So if I go back to the original graph, you can see that this is the hammer point here, and here is the following, but then after that, the buying pressure just took straight back over again. While the hammer can give a pretty good indication about what is going to happen next, especially with that momentum, it is certainly not a given. I was only using a 1 hour chart in this case. It is definitely better to use this for a longer time period rather than a shorter time period. But there are still so many other key factors you have to take into consideration, including moving averages and RSI. That's relative strength index, and you could watch the video on that too. So again, do your own research, but keep an eye out for these hammers. They're out there. They're everywhere. You just have to look for them. I hope you enjoyed the video and that you're going to subscribe, you're going to like, and you're going to share, because a lot of people want to learn about these candles, you know. It's not just you. I'm your host, Paulie D, and don't forget to check right down below. There are lots of links for you to join up, to even send some coin if you felt that way. Alright, enjoy.